A very good morning, dear students. How are you? Fine? Great. Dear students, before starting class, one thought for you that all of us do not have equal talent, but all of us have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. All of us do not have equal talent, but all of us have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. So, dear students, we do not have equal talent, right? Some is good in one subject, some is good at another subject, some is good at art, and some is good at dancing. So we do not have equal talent, but we have an equal opportunities. We have the ways so that we can develop our talents. But all of us have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. Let's start today's class with this positive thought. Dear students, we have completed syllabus up to the month of September of science. So, all of you know that in September your exams are coming. So, for this, revision is must. So, we will be starting revision from chapter number 3. Chapter number 3, bones and muscles. I will explain you again so that the students, those who were not able to read at that time or not able to watch video at that time, they can watch it right now, they can understand it, and they can do back exercise and question answer in your notebook so that you can prepare for exams well. So let's start chapter number 3, bones and muscles, right? So dear students, how do we move? We move with the help of bones and muscles. And we can move different parts of our body with the help of bones and muscles. So how you will see how bones and muscles work together to help us move. So here the skeletal system diagram is there. Skeletal system is what? All the bones of our body, they form the skeletal system. And there are 206 bones in an adult body. And these bones are joined together so that a framework for the body can be made. So they are joined together firmly to make a framework for the body. Some of them also cover and protect the internal organs. Internal organs means heart. They are very sensitive, lungs, kidneys, so brain. So some of them, they also cover and protect the internal inner organs of the body. So skeletal system is what? It has 3 functions in our body. It helps us to move. It forms a framework for the body and gives it shape and support. And it protects the internal organ. Right? Dear students, how we are standing, how we are moving with the help of skeletal system, because it gives proper shape and support to our body. And when a baby has many more bones than an adult. Approximate around 300 bones in a newborn's baby. Right? As the baby grows, some of the bones, they join together to form a single bone. So we can say in an adult there are 206 bones in a body. 300 bones were there in a newborn baby, but these bones are joined together as the baby grows to form a single bone. The bones also grow in size. After a certain age, the bones stop growing. But the living tissue of the bones present in bones, they can always grow. Why? To repair broken bones. And living tissue needs what? They need food and oxygen. And so the bones have blood vessels running through them. They also have nerves running through them. You can see in the picture. That is why it hurts when a bone breaks. You can see the skeletal system. This is the diagram, and these are second is bone, and inside the bones muscles are there, right? Next is skull. The bones of the skull are the hardest of all the bones. These bones form a case for the brain and give shape to the face. With the help of our skull, it protects the brain, because brain is a very delicate organ, and it gives shape to our face. All except one of these bones are fixed firmly and cannot move. Only the bone of lower jaw can move. That is how we eat. We can open your mouth to speak and eat. So, dear students, only one bone, all except one of these bones are fixed firmly. Only all are fixed except one. Only the bone of lower jaw can move. That is why we are able to open our mouth, we are able to speak, we are able to eat. And the bones of the face have hollows for the eyes, nose, ears and mouth. They are hollow, empty space. And the teeth fit into the jaw bones. Next, backbone. Many small bones join together and they form the backbone or spine, you can say. And what these bones are called vertebrae. Hence, the spine is also called the vertebral column. And vertebrae are like beads. You can see in the picture they are looking like beads, hollow at the center. And through them runs a bunch of nerves. They are called spinal cord. Bunch of nerves are present here, and these are called spinal cord. Like a string runs through the beads. You are seeing in the picture vertebrae, cartilage and spine. It is looking like beads and running through a string. The spine runs through the neck, back and hips. It is joined to the skull. So it runs through the neck, back and hips. It is joined to the skull. The tiny bones of the spine, they are joined to each other. How? By a rubbery tissue called cartilage. And cartilage helps the bones glide over each other. This lets us bend. We can bend and we can twist our back and neck. So this is the backbone. Next is rib cage. Rib cage is what? 12 pairs of curved bones. 24 bones are there, 12 pairs you can say. They make up the rib cage. These bones are strong but flexible and they move outwards when we breathe to let the chest expand. 10 pairs of ribs are joined, upper 10 pairs of ribs are joined to the spine and breastbone, which runs through the center of the chest. You are seeing in the picture. And the last 2 pairs, they are joined only to the spine. They are joined only to the vertebrae. They are not attached to the bone of chest. Next, arms. Only long bone runs through the upper arm. One long bone runs through the upper arm and it is joined to the shoulder bone. Forearm has 2 bones. They join the bone of the upper arm at the elbow and the wrist bones are joined to the bones of palm. And the palm bones are joined to the finger bones and each finger has 3 bones while the thumb has 2 bones. So dear students, a long bone runs through the upper arm and these are attached. It is attached to the shoulder bone. And how the bones of upper arm is attached? It is attached at the elbow. And they are also joined to the wrist and wrist is attached to the palm. And palm bones are joined to the finger bones. They are joined together. And each finger has 3 bones while the thumb has 2 bones. Next is the legs. The thigh bone is the longest bone in the body. It is also called femur, F-E-M-U-R. It is joined to the hip bone and the 2 bones of the leg. And the leg bones are joined to the bones of the ankle, which are joined to the bones of the foot, interlinked. They are joined to the bones of the foot. And foot bones, they are also joined to the bones of toes. The big toe has 2 bones, other toes have 3 bones each. Next, come to the joints. If our bones are not joined or did not have joints, we would not be able to move. For example, if your finger bones were not joined, you will not be able to hold anything. So dear students, all our joints do not move equally well. Move your leg about the hip joint. Can you move your leg about the knee with the same freedom? And please try the joints at the shoulder, elbow, wrist and so on, how you are able to move. We have different kinds of joints. Some, like the joints of the skull bones, are fixed. They do not move. Some joints are fixed, but some joints are movable, like arms and legs. Movable joints are also of many types. How? The ones that let us move most freely, these are called ball and socket joint. It can move in all the direction. We have such bones at the hips and the shoulders. In such bone joints, ball and socket joint, the end of one bone is shaped like a ball, and this fits into a ball like socket in the other bone. So that's why these are called ball and socket joints. The bones that fits into the socket can swing around the joint. For example, the bones of the upper arm fits into a socket in the shoulder. So the arm can swing around this ball and socket joint. So joints, and the first I have explained you what is ball and socket joint. Next is the knee and the ankle joints. They are called hinge joints. They work like hinge of a door or a pen knife. They allow us to move our legs and arm backwards and forwards, but not to swing them right around. So the joints of the toes and fingers, they are also hinge joints. Because they work like the hinge of the door or a pen knife, they allow us to move our legs and arms. The toes and fingers are allowed to move forwards and backwards. Next is muscle. How do the bones move? What makes the bones move? With the help of muscles. Every bone in the body that can move has muscles attached to it. And muscles are attached. How the muscles are attached to bones? They are attached to bones by a tough cord-like things that is called tendon. And all the muscles of our body are not attached to the bones. If they are attached, they are called voluntary muscles, because we can move them. Voluntary means according to our will and according to our wish we can move. And muscles that help the heartbeat or ones that help food down the food pipe are voluntary muscles. We have no control over these muscles. So what is the difference between voluntary and involuntary muscles? Voluntary muscles are those muscles which are under our control, which we can move according to our wish or will, but which is under not our control. For example, heartbeat or food pipe muscles. So they are called involuntary muscles. We have no control over these muscles. Next, it is when a muscle attached to a bone contracts, it pulls the bones and makes it move. It cannot push the bone back in other direction. Another muscle is needed to work that. So these muscles always work in pairs. One muscle pulls a bone in one direction, its partners pulls the bone in another direction. And if one muscle contracts to pull a bone, another muscle meets partner relaxes. So dear students, what we have discussed, we have done chapter number 3, bones and muscles. We have revised what is skeletal system, what are the function of skeletal system, skull, what is skull and what is the function of skull, backbone, rib cage, arms, legs, joints, muscles. That's it. So you have to watch video carefully, understand it, and after that try to solve back exercise and learn this chapter, back exercise and question answer, whatever I had given you in worksheet earlier. Thank you. God bless you.